Rahim, and I'm one of the co-founders of Ginjan Brothers. Ginjan is a food and beverage company who has a mission to make traditional African food and beverage products an integral part of the global food culture. I'm from Guinea originally. I moved to the States when I was 15. We want to normalize African flavors in global food culture. So you travel the world, you find food and beverage products on mainstream supermarket shelves from all over the world. Like here in New York, you find Asian stuff, Latin American stuff, European stuff, but hardly anything out of Africa. And we want to change that. Well, we get them all here locally in New York from supplier distributors that source it from international sources. So some of it from Latin America, some of it from Africa. But our goal is to grow the brand to a point where we can do our own sourcing and as much as possible out of the African continent. It's going well. We're still in business. We started this company with less than $1,000, and we've grown it from that to having distribution in the greater New York City area. We sell online. We've shipped product in every state in the U.S. except South Dakota, I believe. And we have our first brick and mortar location open. So it's been a very challenging 6 years, but I think we're very happy with the progress we've made. So we're not in the beverage industry, we're in the food and we're in the hospitality industry, and we're in the food and beverage industry as a whole. We just launched the brand with the beverage. We had to start somewhere given the low amount of capital we started out with. So the cafe is integral to the overall brand. Our vision for the cafe is to open them in major metropolitan areas and for them to become this immersive space where people can come and take in African culture, from the decor to the music we play to the food we serve. So yeah, that's how the cafe fits into the whole picture. It's a test ground, it's an R&D platform, it's a cultural space. It's the embodiment of the brand overall. Very exciting in every sense of the word. A lot of very high highs, very low lows, but that's kind of what we signed up for, and we enjoyed it very much. So right now we have 2 branded products that are in distribution, but we have 4 beverages, other than the 2 branded ones. We included our flagship one, which is a ginger-based drink that you find all over West Africa, called Ginjan, the classic one. It's made with ginger, pineapple, lemon, vanilla, and anise. The second SKU that we have in distribution that we're selling online as well is a hibiscus-based one. We call it Bissap. It's known as Bissap in Senegal and Guinea. I think it goes by Zobo and Zobolo in Ghana and Nigeria. And in the cafe here, we have 2 additional beverages. One of them is Atai, which is a tea, more or less. It's made with black tea that we brew and soak fresh mint leaves in. It's a big part of tea culture in North Africa and in sub-Saharan West Africa, as well as Kenkeliba, which is a tea. It's a bush that grows on marginal lands all over West Africa that is super, super healthy. It's loaded with antioxidant and it's very fragrant. Both of those last 2, the Atai and the Kenkeliba, we plan on packaging soon and starting to distribute that as well. In addition to that, at our cafe we have African food. So we have a couple of wraps. One is plantain-based wrap. That's completely vegan. We have another one that's chicken based. It's made with chicken yassa. It's a dish that's very very well known in Senegal, and we happen to eat it in Guinea, but it's really a Senegalese dish originally. Typically it's served with rice, but we made a wrap out of it that is amazing. It's chicken cooked in mustard, caramelized onion sauce. And we also have a grain bowl. It's a jollof rice, which if there was a national dish of the West Africa, it would probably be jollof rice, known as chepu in Senegal. Well, chepu in general in Senegal, and yeah, we make that either with chicken or we make it as a vegan dish by serving it with beans. We have more bowls that we have in the pipeline, and hopefully that will start rolling out very soon here. We're absolutely blown away by it, and that's exactly what we expected. African flavors are very rich, very complex, and Americans are very open to trying new things. But whether you're open to new things or not, African food is just delicious, and so it's an easy product. They're easy products to sell, right? They're very flavorful. Because, we started our company with less than $1,000. If we had all the resources we needed, we probably would have launched in Africa. But in order for us to build that whole ecosystem we needed, from manufacturing plants to suppliers and bringing down our whole supply chain, would have required a lot more capital than we could access, which literally in the millions of dollars. And like I said, we started with less than $1,000. We were already in the US. We spent most of our lives here. It's a much more conducive ecosystem for entrepreneurship. Our goal is to build a brand here, get established here, and in the long run, shift. Like launch in Africa, not shift. I mean, we'll keep growing our business as much as possible. But it's to set up shop in Africa, build manufacturing facilities there, source ingredients locally, support the local, agricultural ecosystem, manufacture for retail, for distribution locally in Africa, and for export where we can. That was the dream from the very beginning. So hopefully we get to make that a reality very soon. So the best place to find it is online, actually, on our website, because that allows us to ship it all over the States and in Canada, right, as well. And if you're in the New York tri-state area, the best place is to come to our cafe, because it's a very different, it's an amazing experience. Outside of that, you can find it in retail shops in the tri-state area. We're in Whole Foods. We're in a number of organic food stores in the New York City, all the way down to the DC area. And in the DMV area, you can find us at Mom's Organic. It's a small chain, organic food chain in that area. And you can find us on all the social media channels at Ginjan Brothers. That's GINJAN BROS. We have, I mentioned that we have 2 SKUs that we're selling at the cafe here. We've been testing those out, and we've been selling them here for over 2 years. People love them, so we're definitely going to be rolling those out. You can expect more African flavors in our cafe. We'll be making more stews, making peanut stews, okra stews, and a lot of the common West African dishes we're going to be rolling out first at the cafe, but we also start packaging them so that you can order your African stew to be delivered anywhere you are in the US. And we think people would, especially people that of African descent originally, that don't live in major metropolitan areas, which is a significant crowd at this point, they would absolutely love that. But we're convinced, and what we know, based on our experience with the jollof rice here at the cafe, that the general American public will also be excited about it, to try it out, and once they do, they'll keep coming back.